What's up, everybody? My name is Justin and welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Tears. I'm excited for today's video because today we are doing dun 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 the Old Forester single barrel strength. First off, before we get into today's video, I have to give a big shout out to one of the community members, one of their Discord members, our Bart. He actually hooked me up with this bottle. I paid him for it, but he had this locally. They were doing a store pick release of this bottle where I've never seen one at a store personally myself. So he messaged me. He said, hey, this local store near me is doing this pick. Would you like me to grab you a bottle? So, you know, not ever having met, really talked even that much, he picked this up for me. We met a couple weeks later, and there you have it. I now have an Old Forester single barrel strength in my collection. So thank you very much, R. Bart. If you guys want to join the Discord, make sure you check out the link down below. So this is one of those bottles that it's like you can find it or you can't. For me, it's always been a you can't, and it's always been a one that I wanted because it gets such rave reviews. Obviously, it's a single barrel, so, you know, maybe hit or miss, but it's barrel strength, and this one is a Pine Orchard pick. It's coming in at 128.8 proof in Warehouse G Floor 7 here on the Old Forester. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this one and get right into it. It smells like peaches. Peaches and a little bit of peaches, a little mustiness, some caramel, vanilla. It smells really good. We'll see if we get what we get coming out of the glass here. Coming in at 128 proof. Doesn't have any age statement or anything like that. I don't know if they're all the same or if they're different per barrel pick or single barrel, but it does have some nice color on there. It's a bit darker color than maybe just your average bottle that you would get. So we're gonna go ahead and get the nosing here, see what we get compared to in the bottle. Less of the peach that I got coming out of the bottle, more of a, you still get a little bit of the peach in there, but it's more of like a very light peach. Some spices in the background. Maybe allspice, nutmeg, something like that. Maybe a little bit of clove. I think there's actually a little bit of mint. A little bit of mint on there as well. Caramel. Some oakiness. Okay, there's a lot going on the nose. It's maybe it's just a little bit complicated on the nose for me, because every time I smell it, I feel like, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad. But we'll get into the taste here and see what it's like. Some beautiful, beautiful legs on that girl. All right, cheers, everybody. Let's try it. By the way, it's my first ever Old Forester single barrel strength. Wow, that is so much more robust than the nose was. I was expecting something there, but that is, compared to how robust and rich and strong the nose was, that tasting was so much more. That was really, really good. Now let's go ahead and try and pick out what it was. Sometimes the first time that I drink something, I just focus on, did I like that or did I not like that? And I like that. It's spicy. It's a lot spicier than I was expecting. Definitely spices up on the front. You can feel the proof. It's got that 128 proof on there, but it's got a nice musty oakiness to it. It's got the caramel, it's got the vanilla, it's got something else too that I haven't picked out yet. Yeah, it's got definitely some spices in there. A little bit of black cracked pepper, maybe a little bit of spearmint or rosemary in there as well in the background. Yeah, definitely some mint in there. I think there's some spearmint in there. But it's also sweet, so it's not like just that mintiness, but it leaves you lingering, for me at least, with kind of that spearminty mintiness that you would get like after chewing a piece of gum. Like, you know how your mouth feels after that, and it's like a little bit of tingliness. Now that's probably the proof from the alcohol here, but that's kind of the brain memory that it's bringing to me. It's got a little bit of citrus in the background. maybe a little bit of that peach, or like a rhubarb pie almost in the background. It's dense and complex, which I like, which is why these get such a, you know, a good. Definitely got some spices on there though up front. The spices really tingle the tongue along with the proof. And then once you get past that initial spiciness, which is that rosemary, that mint, that little bit of nutmeg or allspice in there. Once you get through that is when you get into all the other flavors, which is the oakiness and the sweetness and, you know, the little bit of that peachiness or that rhubarb pie or something like that. Yeah, I'm a little bit all over the place, I think, on this one, but every time I drink it, I seem like I focus in or lock in on a different profile. So I really, really like it. Obviously, the Old Forester bottles, I love them, especially this blue label. Looks really nice. Honestly, the nose, compared to the taste, was a little bit not nearly as there for me. I love it when you smell something and you're like, ooh, that's going to be this, or going to be really bad, or be really good, or I don't know. But the nose on this one is unless it's because I just did another video before this, but the nose is a little bit lacking compared to the palate. Yeah, definitely oakiness on there too. That time I got a lot more of the oakiness up front along with those spices. So, all right, tier list. Where am I going to put this one? The single barrels are always tough to do because, you know, they're going to vary between single barrel to single barrel. Obviously, not overly much, but there's definitely going to be variations, especially depending on what warehouse it was in, what level it was in, how good was the wood that they put it in, was there anything wrong with it, you know, something along those lines. But I wasn't disappointed when I sipped this Old Forester at all. So I was a little bit nervous when I got through the nose. I was like, I don't know if this is really going to stack up, but the mouth is definitely there for me. And I think if you added a couple drops of water to this one, proofed it down a little bit, it would probably even bring out those flavors a lot more. So Old Forester, where am I going to put you on the tier list? One last drink before we do. Yeah, that's good. Got a good mouthfeel. You see, that time I got more of the peach, so it's a little bit all over for me on which flavor I'm going to get every time I drink it, but it's good. I like it. I think for me, it's going to be, like bottom A tier. Bottom A tier for me here on the Old Forester single barrel strength. Bottom A tier. I think if the nose was a little bit better, could be solidly in there towards the top, but the nose is a little bit lacking for me, so because of that, I think it's going to go like lower, like high B, low A, but I'm going to put it low A tier. So there you have it, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. Bart, thank you so much for this bottle. Super excited to have it now in my collection. It was very nice meeting you, by the way. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. If you guys have any ideas for a video that you would like to see, make sure you leave that down in the comments below, and I'll see you for your next drink.